happened, neither her or the officer left, and she grounded me for 3 weeks. But, about a month ago, me and my girlfriend were driving home in the van we used to have, which I sold to a real dumb cunt from Auckland, but I'll tell you about that next time, because I only have 6 minutes. But we were driving in the van, and she was telling a story, one of those work stories that goes like, oh, and then I said, ah, and she said, oh, and then I said, ah, and she said, oh, and then she dropped the spoon. And when it took a little bit too long for me to do like the fake laugh thing that you do, she had those 5 words that fuck up any story or joke. You should have been there. Is that 5? 4. Well, it's not a math challenge, is it? Anyway, she said, you should have been there, and I followed that through, and I said, nah, I should fucking not have been there, because that is one of the most boring ass stories that I have heard in a long time. If you think that's funny, you should go buy all the seasons of Seinfeld, because you'll love that. It was terrible. And why are you telling me this story while I'm operating a motorized vehicle of over 1,500 kilos? I could have fallen asleep in front of a zebra crossing, and your story could have killed a child. Imagine the police going to their parents' house saying, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm Agent Mulder. I'm afraid I'm going to have to tell you that your child has been killed by a boring story. What about? I don't know, Scully had to wake me up halfway through. And I have to go away now because we're going to do a public service. There's big signs next to the freeway against boring ass stories and driving, which say he should not have been there. Shut the fuck up. Of course that's not true, because you don't do that, you lie, you say yes, I should have been there. Because that is what we do, we just lie to keep the peace. Especially men are really good at that, just lying to keep the peace. I mean, I asked you guys how you are tonight. I don't give a fuck, I just want you to like me. But people do it all the time. You can walk into a store and the clerk will say, good morning, how are you, blah, blah, blah. And when you leave, he'll say, have a nice day. When he says that, you can walk into the freezing department, put your foot in between the back eyes until you've got gangrene, go to the hospital, have a surgery. The surgeon can fuck off because he's eating a pavlova, which drops into your foot. You get a weird leg disease. He has to chop your foot off right up until your shoulder. You'll hop into the shop the next time, see if he fucking cares. Of course he doesn't. And it's the same with how are you? People say, how are you? And obviously, always you say, oh, I'm fine. And then he says, he's fine. And you walk on. But what if you say, oh, I'm really shit. I cut myself shaving my balls this morning. Really deep. And I can't have children anymore. My girlfriend left me for that reason. Now she's with a transvestite, and she keeps sending me pictures saying that I'll never be half the man that he is. And they'll just go, oh yeah. Okay, see ya. Because they don't give a fuck either. And like I said, especially men are really fucking good at that, at lying to keep the peace. It's like, do you want to have dinner at my parents on Friday? Yes! Does my ass look fat in these pants? No! When you really think, dinner at your parents, if we're eating your mom, so we know she's dead. And if your ass looks fat in those pants, it really depends on whether you consider yourself a woman or a hippo. That's my girlfriend, by the way, laughing at that. That's fantastic. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, apparently I have a very important phone call on Ben's phone. That will be my mom. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. See you guys.